Hey, what's up, Cellar Dwellers? I got a question for you. Do you like John Carpenter's The Thing? Of course you do. Who doesn't? Well, the folks who brought you In Search of Darkness have a new documentary all about The Thing available for pre-order right now. They actually managed to get interviews with every single living cast member from the movie, including Kurt Russell. It's called The Thing Expanded, and you can secure your copy of it on Blu-ray right now by clicking the link in the description below. Not only will you get a beautiful Blu-ray copy of this movie, but you'll also be supporting this channel. Anyway, just thought I'd bring this to your attention. I'll let Mark and Ivy get started now.
The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. A place of small towns, cozy families gathered together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields.
All right, welcome in, Cellar Dwellers. As always, I'm Mark.
And I'm Ivy.
And we are Blood in the Cornfields. Got some special guests with us today, as you all can see. Some lovely ladies here. If you don't mind introducing yourself, let our viewers know who you are. We'll get into it a little bit further after that, but I never want to butcher someone's intro. So I'm always like, hey, why don't y'all do the heavy lifting for me?
My name is Carla Carter. I'm the writer, director, producer, and editor of the feature film Jodi, out this summer.
Yes.
And I'm Rachel. I did art direction on Jodi with Miss Carla.
She was also a producer and my first AD.
Yes.
So let her understand.
That too. Just that.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, ever since I heard you all were coming on, like I've seen clips of your film, but I've like just tried to completely slut myself out for this film. Mm-hmm. I am excited for. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not even joking.
Yeah, no, it means a lot.
I appreciate it. Like to me, there's so much that I would love to get into about this film, but we'll kind of like take it a little bit slowly. But we'll start off with how did you all meet and how did you become involved together with the film? Was it because of previous relationships or was this like new? Yeah, I figured it was, but I had to ask.
Okay. Friends for years, even before filmmaking, like really came into the picture. Rachel's an excellent photographer, so like circa 2020 or so, we put together just for fun, really, just for like the sake of like doing something and making something. This set of vignettes that we have never finished, so it goes. But it just sort of really careened out of control from there, and Rachel has read everything, every version of everything that I've ever written. So when I decided to come to Indianapolis so that I can make Jodi there, it was like, well, there's just no option. She has to do this with me. Like, I can't do it.
I can't do it. We'll do this now.
I'm here.
So just overall, in general, ride or dies. Anything with her art too. We just, we show up.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
how long?
awesome.
I don't know if I missed that or not because I'm always trying to focus on my questions. But how long have you all been friends?
I feel like we met in like 2015, 2016,
that's
while ago. Started working together on some photo projects. Yeah. And then we both move around and have traveled a lot. So I'd like pop into a city and be like, hey, are you here? She'd be like, yeah. I'm like, well, come over, hang out, have a meal, walk my dog, let's go. Yep. And then we ended up in 2020, bored, trapped in a pandemic, and we're like,
let's make movies.
Let's write a
good
story.
decision.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
And
great
so we
decision.
wrote some stories. Yeah. And then she really wrote some stories. She went hard on the scripts.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you can even tell, like, with some of the cinematography that I've seen in your reels, and hopefully Luke can post some of those if you're okay with it.
Totally, yeah. Send you whatever.
Throw them up.
Yeah.
But, like, the cinematography is just looks beautiful.
Okay, well, can I just brag on her for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
She has never shot anything before until she shot an entire full-length movie on Jodi,
That's
in which you were
fucking cool.
complimenting her cinematography. In fact, a year ago, she told me, I don't know how to use cameras. I'm like,
I still don't technically. I got this one camera that I have figured out. I still wouldn't consider myself a cinematographer.
I would consider her that.
But I figured this one out. I mean, it's like, if you're coming from, there's different types of directors, and I am definitely, even if I were to be working with a third party, it's still my shot list. I'm still framing it. So then you just got to learn the buttons from there. Like if the vision is clear, you just got to figure out the buttons. So I excel at button pushing. I still don't call myself a cinematographer. But thank you. I think it looks pretty cool too.
That kind of brings me back to an Instagram post that you had. I think it was Instagram or maybe TikTok, whatever. But where it basically was like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, where it was like, you didn't go to school for this. Like, you just did it.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like, very uplifting, empowering. Like, you just guerrilla style did this shit your way. And I remember, I don't know, I commented, wrote something on it, but I remember being like that's how it should be. Like, just take the bull by the horns is kind of the vibe I got off of it. But I thought that was really awesome, and it kind of let me know, even without even asking questions, like a little bit about you, like just having that like do it yourself attitude. I thought was pretty sweet.
Watching a ton of stuff, reading a ton of stuff. I do advocate for that. Like, get on Script Slug. If you don't know how to write it into a screenplay, think of your favorite movie, go look it up, and rip it off until you figure it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Never had a single lesson. Very proud of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You should flaunt that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we curse on here?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yes.
Fuck
Making
yes.
sure
Yes.
Yeah.
going off the rails.
We should have said no and seen how proper they could be. Like, no, how dare you ask us that? We're in a good Mormon household.
You look around you.
I don't know, it was the first thing that came to my mind.
No one's swearing in front of the tapes, okay?
Yeah,
want any
they're very
bad juju.
sensitive.
Yes. The tape may mess up.
So, what I really want to know, what everybody wants to know, is what is Jodi about? As non-spoiler as possible. We can kind of gather just by looking at some of the clips that you posted on Instagram, but tell us in your words.
So, on the east side of Indianapolis, there's been a tragic train accident that has spilled some nondescript toxic waste, right? Causing some of the residents to...
Trauma.
I know, I like where this is going already.
Well, there's a nostalgia feel to the movie where Jodi's brain's kind of stuck in 1987. And what was the biggest problem in 1987? Green ooze that ruins everything, right? So it causes her to have these breaks in reality. And she very much fancies herself like a Tawny Katane. She sees herself as like that era of like babes and music videos. So when she's in her garage, like working out and like picturing that she's in music videos, she's actually kidnapped these couple of creeps and is torturing them in there. She has a super cool, hot rock star girlfriend that finds out, tries to help, makes it worse. Calamity ensues.
And I must say, the hot girlfriend is...
They're so hot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Muscle mommy.
She Jesse
She was
Phelps.
carrying people around.
Both of them actually. So there is Peach, no last name, who plays Jodi, and then there's Jesse Phelps, who is a musician in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Both did all of their own stunts. Peach has some like gymnastics training in their background, and Jesse's just a muscle mommy that's like recreational.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
So all of that, like if you see Jessie lifting a grown man in the movie, as she did, she actually did it.
Awesome.
If you see Peach flying through the air and tumbling into the ground, they actually did
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
And I did my best to stunt coordinate that. I have a bit of a dance background, and Rachel is an expert in rope tying, shibari, right?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Came
I
in very
love
handy
that.
when we had to have all these people tied
Hell
up. She can do it
yes.
safely. And, I tried my best to bridge the gap between being a dancer and being a stunt coordinator. But the very first thing...
Overlap.
I think there is too. Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
The very first thing I remember wanting to be when I was a kid was a stuntman. I used to run around, and those were my words too. Like, I want to be a stuntman.
There's a little bit of that in me too.
Yeah, dude.
You're good.
Yeah. The common thread among horror fans is we all want to be stuntmen.
Yeah, we all want to be the next Tom Savini. We want to do it all.
Oh my goodness. Which, can we just side note, dude is 70. Looks awesome.
looks,
Just
great.
jacked as shit. Yeah, Tom
Totally.
Savini. Yeah, you're awesome.
Since you're watching.
Yeah. You watch it all the time. I have your book.
But yeah,
Got your laser disc.
We
but
can go on
yeah,
and
the
on.
two leading films, real stunts, real life sapphics, real muscle mommy, a real thing.
That's
We do
awesome.
joke, though, that the real meaning of the movie is butts. That the whole point of the movie is about butts.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
kind of
people
a
ask,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
we're
Yeah.
all
we're
for
just
that.
like,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
TLDR, the movie's about butts.
It's kind of a movie about
Sweet.
But are there
The movie
titties?
about butts. Yeah, more
Are there
butts.
titties?
No actual nudity. That was a very intentional because we do.
That's fine.
I'll give you a little spoiler.
Well, yeah, we always do.
Movie opens with we meet Jodi in the shower, right? So in shooting that, partially from Rachel's experience as a photographer, kind of like her lead on that day, it's very specifically framed, not necessarily to maintain modesty, but to more give you that like USA Up All Night sort of like any second now you're going to see a nipple. So then they're like,
little nippy.
but you never see it.
Lots of it, but the nip.
Tons of implied nipple though.
Nice.
Yeah.
If that gets,
Through a
if that
shirt
fills
nipple.
seats, yeah.
Through a shirt nipple.
Oh, tons of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always good.
It's good to not always be a horny bastard, you know?
Well,
Like, it's good.
No, that
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know, we kind of venture down that path. So how long had you both worked on Jodi? Like, and I'll phrase this way: were you both from the ground up, or did you bring her in later on when you kind of were in the midst of it? Does that make sense?
We started together when we wrote the short together, but then from there, she took it from 3 pages idea that we had, like, oh, this is kind of a cute little thing, to here's a whole storyboard, here's an entire script. And she really did the writing and the prep for the movie. I was there for the original idea and to be like, you're doing great, sweetie.
That's
but
awesome.
she did the
vignettes that we mentioned. It was, we actually didn't end up, that's one of the reasons we didn't finish
only one we
it.
didn't film.
The actress that was going to be, I think her name was Jodi in that.
Oh,
But it was like, they were, vignettes, no dialogue.
Yeah.
So basically what is now like the first 5 minutes of Jodi was what the
little
vignette was
vignette.
going to
Okay.
be. And then it just kind of, I kept writing it and it just kind of kept going until it turned into...
Yeah, one thing I love from, and this is kind of off track, but whatever, Jodi as the character seems spunky and witty. Was that written, or did you said it was Peach?
Peach is the
Did
name.
Peach bring that to? Was it kind of an improv or
It
what?
was definitely in the script, right? Because without her brain turning into Swiss cheese, she's just like bubbly and loves her girlfriend and loves the music, and she's like hot. The movie, I say it all the time, I wrote it for hot, crazy girls. You know, like, we love them.
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
stay
you did.
away from them, you know?
Who doesn't?
Exactly.
Got some in my past.
So that was exactly, so
Not some
that...
in the room with you right now.
Yeah.
That's right. I was
But
gonna
I
say,
mean, it's worth
yeah.
mentioning. There's something about like beyond like manic pixie dream girl, just that draw, that like that like she might like smoke cigarettes and listen to rock and roll and ruin your life, and you're gonna
Yeah,
you love her
Or
anyway.
she might burn your house down.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just
That's the fun of it.
and that's the magnetism.
She
of
might
it.
go left eye on you. You never know.
So no, her being like real sweet and trying her best, and in the movie she doesn't always realize what she's doing. Sometimes it's just kind of she catches herself in the mirror covered in blood and is like, oh, shit,
Not again.
Very. So that was in the text, definitely.
That's cool.
But Peach had actually never acted before. Carla did a lot
Really?
of training
Seriously?
with quite a few of our actors. She spent a lot of time rehearsing with them. We have a few actors who had acted a lot previously, but most of them were new. I don't think Jessie had never acted before.
No.
So TJ as well, the girlfriend, Muscle Mommy,
Yeah.
both brand new actors.
I call her my Chris Christopherson
Yeah,
because he never had any acting training either, and he's brilliant.
So she just kind of whipped everybody into like, let's go.
Well, I mean, it was
That's so
written
cool.
with like the community, like the east side of Indianapolis in mind.
Our
So
friends, the people.
the characters are the people. I just had to
Makes
go.
sense.
I had to find people that they already are the character. Just got to get them to react appropriately in whatever fake scenario that the script gives them.
Well, that's cool. I like that. That is kind of. I write scripts in my spare time. Will I ever make anything? I don't know. I'd like to try.
You will.
Well,
Because I got to be in something.
I know.
I got to get my dick bit off, remember?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's what we're going
Took
for.
my penis,
In general.
Took my penis, Piranha. My
So,
favorite
like-
movie ever.
So, like, I do get it. Like, you want to write a script for people that you have easy access to. Like, yeah, you could have, like, your dream cast or whatever, but really, you're playing to the strengths of whoever your friend is that would be perfect for this role.
Well, I didn't
what I
know either Peach or Jessie. They
really?
came to me like through
okay.
After
a friend of a friend or through audition calls
okay,
and stuff like that. It's more of like the spirit of those people. It's a love letter to like some of the shittier neighborhoods of Indianapolis. It's where we live. It's where we make our music. It's where we make our art. It's where we fight with our girlfriends or like whatever it is. So it's
Right.
very much like a love letter. And part of the story is that since it is on like a, more like poor side of town, it's on the other side of the tracks. That's why Jodi's in the mess that she's in. Nobody ever cleaned it up, because why would they? Like they don't give a shit about like the hood, So it wasn't written for anyone specifically, but I knew that those people were going to be where I was writing about. That makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there were a couple people I feel like we talked to that you're like, ooh, they could be Jodi. But when you met Peach, you were like, I met Jodi.
Yeah.
Like, within a
hair
couple
bouncing
minutes,
up
like,
and the voice.
That it was just like when we met the person who it was meant to be, she knew immediately.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We have this little thing we say about the movie, Jodi wants what Jodi wants. Yeah, because then like...
cool.
In an independent produced thing, people come, they go. Sometimes people don't finish their jobs. Sometimes people, it's people come and go. And we always sort of chalk it up to like Jodi wants what Jodi wants. And she's going to find her perfect people. The larger entity that is Jodi.
You will not piss her off.
That's awesome. You kind of answered one of the questions that I have here, but just to elaborate more, where did the idea, like the actual story for Jodi, come from? I know you mentioned you were doing the vignettes and it kind of started as a short, and also, you're inspired by like, the terrible side of Indiana, but also the good side of it, like where the creativity comes from. But I guess, where did you come up with the murderous angle and all this other stuff that come from like horror movies that you really enjoy? Or
in general, pretty much everything I've ever written, my goal is for you to have complicated feelings about the female villain, because men get to be shitty in movies all the time, and they're often admired, and like you can be a skeezy, weird little pervert, you can be super violent, you can be, how many like Scarface t-shirts are there, how many like,
Norman,
like Patrick
American Psycho
and all of that. So I like to think that women have just as much of a right to be skeezy, weird little violent perverts too. And so I often try to write about like, you love her, like you're very enamored by Jodi. She's hurting people for no reason though. And that's something that reoccurs a lot in my writing. Like she's terrible, she's evil, she is unforgivable, but she's like kind of cunt. And with the intention of I like Rob Zombie movies, which I feel is kind of a controversial opinion, depending on who you're talking to.
Depends on which film you're talking about, but overall,
that's a magic trick he's so good at. He will make you root for the biggest pieces of shit. And my movies don't go nearly as violent and horrible as his go, but you'll watch someone sexually assault somebody, or watching them like torture innocent, lovely people. But for some reason you still love, like you're still on their side. By the time like that Firefly franchise gets to 3 from Hell and the family is in danger of you're sitting there like, no, not baby,
baby, don't do it to her.
And you feel for them, and that's crazy because you've seen them do the worst stuff that you could possibly imagine. But that is a magic trick that Rob Zombie's very good at, and I'm very intrigued by that. And that was definitely a starting point when I first started writing features. I was aiming for that. Like, how do you make deplorable people like cool?
The Otis and the mom scene where he's telling her to take it off, like that's one of the most uncomfortable but like brilliant scenes ever. And I've heard Bill talk about the exchange with the actress, and he was like just making sure like, I don't know if I can do this, and talking with her before, because it's
he's a real, like a tender guy. It's what I understand.
He does crescent rolls that he opens them up on his Instagram and stuff like that. I'm a huge fan. But like that's the same type of thing. Is I would never have the balls to write that. Like I could never imagine like writing that scene and being like, oh yeah, hey Bill, I'm gonna need you to do this. Like, what? No way. So I mean, that stuff like that is definitely a gift to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, she gets to the end of the movie and he's in the convertible and his hair's in the wind, and you're just like, hell yeah,
and
it's
the Freebirds playing.
Freebirds, crazy, but playing that little trick on viewers is something that I'm interested in.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
So, as far as childhood, and all that, is there any moments that stick out to either of you to where you did something, whether it was an aha moment that really said like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, whether it was photography or writing and directing? Like, are there any childhood memories or things that happened?
I'm going to use a really weird analogy.
Go ahead.
What made you find your cutie mark?
Cutie mark?
Yeah. Are you familiar with My Little Pony?
Oh, no.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say,
I'm guessing it's a thing
weird
stamped on their butts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So oh
mean,
my
I got a
god, I'm
cutie
so
mark.
sorry. I'm such a fucking weirdo.
You're being all, what is it, brony?
I am such a brony.
I think maybe the first horror thing I can really remember that's sticking in my brain is Tales from the Crypt and the intro of it. And I remember being really, really little, and I was trying to call him a spook, but I could always say pook. That's how little I was. Being like,
so
pook,
sweet.
pook, pook, you know.
That's cute.
But I remember there was a lot of censorship going on with like what I was viewing in childhood.
Yeah.
But I think Tales from the Crypt. I also grew up in like Appalachia, which is a just
Spooky place.
spooky
anyway.
place. It's
Yeah.
spooky there. I think that, you know, if you're from there, it's kind of like you got spooky in your bones a little bit. You're just a little. Some people are just born macabre. I think that's part of our connection. Where it's like, you know,
That's weird.
Yeah.
I would say it's almost the backwards for me that, like, to me as a little like weirdo kid who, like, my family is pretty religious, none of them like horror, so I like didn't get to. I had to like seek it out on my own. That, like, as a little kid being like in 6th grade and just watching Evil Dead 2: Army of Darkness, just like with my best friends overnight, and being like, look what they did this crazy shit, and it's so different. They just made this in a cabin one week. Then we flashed to making Jodi, and that was the moment for me that I was like, oh my god, baby Rachel. Like, I never could have seen my life to be this cool. I dreamed of watching Sam Raimi make this movie, you know, and like they did it, they just did this. So like as a kid being like, how you'd never be able to do something like that, you'd never be able to be a part of something so cool, and then we're in it and you're like doing the dumb shit. Like, she and I spent a couple hours preparing one of the sets where we're just chalking stuff, and, you know, we're down on the ground, it's so hot, there's mosquitoes, or I'm 40 so my knees fucking hurt, and you're just like smeared in like chalk and sweat and bug spray, and you're like, I've never been so happy.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a
that's
childhood dream. So it's almost the reverse, where I was like, adult me did something that child me could never have thought of, and it really was very like nourishing that I'm like the little baby who didn't get to do those kind of things like we see him getting to do. You're like, that's what I wanted. So getting to live that as an adult is really fucking cool.
That's so
especially with like people you love and are so just like a big, it's fucking crazy and so great. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like hearing that. Like, definitely. I mean, my husband and I have been on like movie sets before with Tim Richardson. He does a lot of like independent films. Are you guys familiar with Tim's work?
I think yeah.
Yeah. So like he man, when he was shooting for the Throbbit not Throbbit, hold on, Spiderwhack, the recent one that he came out with.
It's a great title.
He's a great title.
Height of COVID. We were out in his property. Everybody's wearing masks and stuff like that, and it is hot as balls under these green screen tents.
Yeah.
And like we're all like fighting. I'm in a full werewolf costume, and I'm like punching the shit out of people and being all freaky, and it's just like, oh my god, we're gonna die, but this is so fun.
It takes a special brand of crazy to make movies. Like, you know that, and then you're in the thick of your own crazy, and it's like, this isn't for everybody, man.
At the same time, like, I've never been so tired and exhausted and burnt out, and also never been so like delightful and alive and ready to wake up and go to work the next day. Even like you're sweating to death, you might be screaming at someone. I mean, there wasn't a lot of scream, but you know what I mean? Just like, why are we dying? You're sweating, you're like bouncing around the back. A couple times we're in like wedged in a truck like this. Just
Yeah.
To get the right
shot.
angle.
It looks
and
great.
you're like, nobody move, and you're like, well, the potholes on the east side are the size of cars, so you're just like, hold on, and you're like, this is so fucking great. It is. It was great. I miss it. I spent long enough. I've got enough sleep that I miss it.
So how would you describe your writing process? Anything specific that you've done? I know sounds like it was your first time. Was this like your first whole time with the writing process to come up with the movie Jodi?
No, I had another feature that I had done by then. I was in touch with a production company in Canada. I didn't really go anywhere. They're lovely. And I'd given them this other script. They were super into it, and they were like, but do you have anything that's a little bit cheaper? And I was like, I will.
Yeah,
So I wrote Jodi in like 6 weeks. a little less
Wow.
than 6 weeks, with the, like, how little money can I spend. And then I did spend, I wrote Jodi in about this time in 2023. I'm on year 3 of getting Jodi out into the world. And she's almost there.
She's almost there.
And it did go through a process of me, like, traveling around, trying to sell it, pitching it. I went through, like, a studio process with it, and I kept finding myself, like, a big part of the pitch is like, it'll take nothing to make it. You need no money to make this movie. And then one day I was like, shit, you need no money to make this movie. And then so I came to Indianapolis, where I knew that I would have people, I'd have resources, been in the community long enough that I was like, I knew that I knew stand-up comics that I really wanted to work with. I love working with comics. That's something that I hope to carry on doing. I knew that, like, there would just be locations where it'd just be like, hey man, can we use that place on Monday? And they'll say yes. So like, just a lot of, like, the stuff that is a big roadblock for people. Permits, locations, I feel very lucky I was able and in a position to be able to pay people. Not a ton, but if if you worked on the movie, you got a little bit of money for it.
A ton for an independent movie made
Sure.
in Indianapolis.
But that was because, like, we just kind of got to skip through a lot of other red tape, because it's like, oh, we're in Indy, and, like, everybody cashing in every favor you can, and beg and borrow, steal, and all that. And people are just, it's cool, like, it's exciting, and people are happy to be a part of it.
People want to be a part of a movie so
They'll
bad.
do anything. We had people show up to wrap cords. We had people give us their cars. We had people
That's
like
cool.
Yeah, like, I'm
community
honestly
showed up and gave us what we need to make. this
people
movie.
that, like, there's one of my favorite, like, Easter eggs throughout the movie is that there's a bunch of, like, Indianapolis old, like, hardcore and metal bands that's pretty much what we costume everybody in.
That's awesome.
So, like, and we just got that from a friend that's like, I'm too fat to wear these, you want them?
That's awesome.
Hey, Nate.
That's awesome.
But stuff like this. But that matters. It's a stack of T-shirts. It doesn't have to get paid for. So
exactly. And you're promoting the band even if they might not exist anymore.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
I was gonna say there's probably bands I played with. But
absolutely.
a lot.
100%.
That's really cool.
So,
It was.
what was the question?
No, it's
No,
okay.
it's okay. How was your writing process? And you kind of covered that, but then also too, it was a two-parter. Just to get into it yet. But is there any, like, behind-the-scenes stories that are kind of funny? Like, I know you're talking about being in awkward positions with the potholes, but is there any stories that stand out that were kind of
think of two.
ridiculous or really guerrilla-style filmmaking?
You go first.
Okay, so one of our favorite moments is there's a scene where one character escapes from the murder shed and they take off running. So we're like, okay, well, like, we're going to be screaming, we're going to be running, let's go. So he takes off, run down the street full speed. Adam can run fast too.
Wow.
So he's covered in fake blood, runs off down the street, and this guy is pulling his car up, and he just stops and looks. And he looks at Adam run away. He looks back up, he's like, you guys need help with that? To us.
Not the bloody man running.
Yeah, no. She's like, and we're like, it's a movie. He's like, Adam's like, no, I'm fine. Just like blood. And the guy's like, well, looking at us, you're like, you got.
Well, it also speaks to, like, the magic of the East Side actually shooting it on the East Side of Indianapolis. The neighbors were just, like, down for. We didn't tell anyone what we were doing.
Yeah,
we
they're
told,
just like, okay.
Oh, by the way,
The
someone's
house-
screaming today, and they're like,
Yeah, the house that we shot in was a duplex, so we talked to the duplex neighbor. Everyone else, we were just like, we never explained ourselves, but they obviously caught on what was happening. And over the weeks, like, there was a great moment where, like, we had to do a scream a couple times in a row. So she would scream and go, "It's okay, it's for the movie." She'd scream again, like, "Okay, sorry, just walk." I'm just screaming to whoever's sitting on their porch in the summertime. And, like, and then eventually I was like, "Okay, we got the last one," and just a disembodied voice is like, "I thought the first one was pretty good."
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
and then one day we were shooting, and the fattest, most wonderful dog.
Dog. He was a dog.
We called him Tank Ass because he was huge. Big old gray pit bull who just wandered onto set. And we kept being like, we gotta take you back to where you belong. We'd take him where we think came from. 5 minutes later, he'd be back on set. He was hanging out. He was just like behind the scenes. On you.
And then, like, after we had packed up, he still stuck around that day. And, like I mentioned, this is a very, like, queer acted, queer produced, like, very, like,
That's
that
awesome.
That was an
nobody's
intentional
letting
thing.
this dog go.
Yeah, you can't put a stray dog in front of a bunch of lesbians. And be
Right,
like,
exactly.
So Jesse actually ended up taking him to the vet, got him back to his rightful owner. It was a very, like,
She made an
so
Instagram
sweet.
just to follow our production
Yeah.
page.
That's awesome.
So sometimes we still see Tank Ass around the neighborhood.
That's so
But
cool.
he was
Tank ass.
Yeah, we took him as a good omen. He was just happy. He's on the
The
Instagram.
big
There's a clip of him.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
What a cutie
dumb
patootie.
big head.
Yeah.
I gotta stop. Man dog.
Man
Just
dog.
a dog. He was just a dog.
It's like, oh, big man dog.
Yeah, you're like, what is that? Like, no one should
Tell me about this, actually.
It's from the sludge on the east side. They
That's
make man
cool.
dogs.
I don't. Writing process it's batshit. Adam Siebold, who plays Kristoff in the movies, the guy with the bloody head. He's really the only one amongst us that has any real credentials. He lives in Toronto. Like he went to York University. He has a master's in acting.
Wow.
Award-winning
Wow.
playwright.
Damn.
He's showbiz. His wife is like a movie producer. That's what they do.
Wow.
And bless his heart, we became friends in writing like over the years. And he was another one where I'm like, you have to be in the movie.
Yeah, right.
I barely know any actors. You have to come down here and be in the movie. And some of the best writing advice, because we are very we read everything, we revise things for each other. He always reminds you that a lot of things are writing. It's not just sitting down in front of your laptop and typing out something. Taking a walk and having an interaction at the coffee truck is writing.
The lake is writing.
Staring at the lake is writing. Sometimes taking a nap or grilling a burger. Like you can't make stories unless there is input. You have to consume media. You got to read. You got to watch movies. You got to go to shows. You have to go watch how people interact with each other, because that's what ultimately, especially in film, it's just human dynamics that you kind of mold into whatever the story is.
As far as a writing question for you goes, just because I struggle with this in my writing, is I'm just so ready to get to the action. But you gotta add in those little, okay, well, she fluffs her hair.
Gotta lead up
she
to it.
does this, or
Finesse
she
that
does
shit.
that, and it's just like, oh my god, I gotta put every little fucking detail in there. And I can't imagine. Do you guys storyboard at all?
No, so there's a website called Shot Deck. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's just a huge database and collection of different stills from various movies. Now, I do find for my personal art some limitations in it because they're like good movies. It's like Oscar movies, So I'm like, why don't they got Elvira on here? That's the frame.
Right.
So I did start with the process of I can't draw very well, and that's another thing. It's a very expensive thing to hire somebody to do. So I did go to Shot Deck, or I would just take screenshots from movies I knew.
And
That's
you're
how
just
I
like, that's kind of what
to be able to patch together enough so that other people are able to collaborate with. That's what it's really for, so everybody has a common ground to collaborate.
Yeah.
But I would encourage, in a screenplays are a blueprint, and if you get caught up on details or the actions, it is the foundation for everyone else to be able to start creating their art from there, right? So I think if you're getting caught up on details, you just gotta have faith in whatever actor will eventually be in that role. Or if you don't know what the room looks like, you take trust in that your production designer knows better than you. It's a hard thing, it's everybody's an artist and everybody's precious and everybody does have a certain amount of ego and feelings, and to be a director you have to know what, or a writer even, but definitely in directing, you got to know when someone else is better at the thing that you need, right? And knowing when to steer that ship and when to kind of delegate and have other people do it better than you. And I think that can be hard for, there's a lot of very sensitive filmmakers out there because it's a constant reminder that other people are better than you at the thing that you see in your head. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That makes sense. And you were talking about different places that you have done things on set before, and that's where I bring this up. I got it. I got it, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I got the feet calendar.
Yes.
So I when you were making your Instagram post, but I'm like, this is funny.
It's genius.
funny.
Good.
So may I?
Please tell me about it. Tell me what's going on. How were you involved?
I'm not.
You're not?
No.
That makes it even better.
We love Black Circle Music Bar. They let us use. They've been
I've
so
heard
supportive.
that they're amazing
They're
people.
fucking amazing.
And so a supporting character in our cast, she plays in TJ's band in the movie, is the art director and photographer that did this. Shout out to Gina. Gina Larina.
Isn't she also in here? Aren't her toes also in here?
yeah, I don't know if we should like.
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta,
that's fair.
Pay for it.
Pay for it.
Pay for
There you go.
toes,
Yeah.
okay?
We don't give no shit for free around here.
But from what I'm not employed there. They're just buds, and
They gave us the bar for free.
the booker.
That's so cool.
The booker for Black Circle, he's been an associate producer on the movie, meaning that when we just didn't quite know how to make something happen, Dustin knows that he would kind of fill in those gaps. He'll also eventually be the composer for the movie.
Oh wow.
So I don't want to speak too much on behalf of Black Circle, but this was released because they had to be shut down for a few weeks, and that obviously causes a gap in income for a lot of the employees. Yeah. So what do you do when you're strapped for cash? Sell pictures of your feet.
Yeah, that's logical.
It's so funny, and it's so
good.
It's beautifully photographed.
Gorgeously photographed.
I love the intersection of something that's like so stupid and then also really well crafted.
My favorite one. I'm not gonna show you guys. You guys buy your own.
Yeah, buy your own.
Okay, but
I feel
my
like
favorite
I already know,
one.
but I can't wait to see what you do.
Oh my god! It seems to be the consensus of everyone's favorite.
Oh, I know where you're going with this
yeah.
one. I know where you're
It is so fucking good. It is so beautiful. Like, and like I know, like, you know, it's cheeky. It's not meant to be like a fetish calendar, but if it's your fetish, it's cool.
Well, then it could be. Yeah. Oh, I knew that.
That's not brand.
Is it? Okay.
Is it?
This one's fucking good. Like this, whoever came up, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
For those who get it, we're talking about August.
Yeah.
August, yes. The August. Yeah.
Gina came up with the ideas for each one, because after I posted that, people would reach, the people in it would reach out and I'd be like, oh man, yours is so funny. And they're like, all Gina. It was all Gina. Yeah. So it's pick one up, support a local business.
Please do.
Our friend Nate, who was in the movie, is in there, so we got 2 Jodi people.
Nice.
Yeah, correct?
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
That's cool.
And we love Black Circle. If you ever get a chance to go there, Black Circle, Loom, Gold Leaf, a little chunk of businesses on 46th Street in Indianapolis that are top tier.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
That's so rad.
Well, before we get into our last question, fill us in on when we think Jodi will be available, how we plan on viewing it.
Yes.
And I will just say that I am a slut for merch. So if there's any merch,
it's on the way, my friend.
I am going to be all over that shit. So yes, absolutely let me know. But yes, go ahead, take it away.
So tentatively, we're still in touch with the venues, which there's the beautiful Can Cinema. It's an independent cinema in Indianapolis. On the Near East Side. Yep. There's Tibbs Drive-In, which is in Indianapolis. And there will be a private screening of it for cast crew and some people that did pitch in for the crowdfunding. That would be at the White Rabbit Cabaret.
Which
also,
is the greatest
White
bar in
Rabbit is
Indianapolis.
so cool.
Outside of Black Circle, we'll say. 2 favorites.
So, release date is July. Tentatively, middle of July, doing a summer blockbuster with it. And as far as distribution goes, we went back and forth a lot on what that is going to look like. As of right now, because I can always change my mind, she will not be available for streaming because Jodi doesn't know what the fuck streaming is. So if you want to see it, just like it's 1987, you come out to one of our live screenings, which we will host plenty of. We definitely want to take Jodi on the road. We definitely want to visit smaller places so that queer communities do feel seen. Metal communities in small towns, which are also thriving. That's who we made it for. We made it for the small town gays and for small town.
A Lang Lab showing of that, like that's
perfect.
fucking
Exactly.
perfect.
Come hit us up. Let's go get it shown.
And then eventually, it'll be available in some sort of physical media form. Eventually,
that's what I was waiting for.
And if we change your mind about streaming, there's all sorts of cool, independent ways that you are able to distribute it. But I don't think it's just in the spirit of the movie.
Jodi.
Yeah, that
Jodi
makes
don't
sense.
know what Canopy is.
Yes.
Right?
Awesome.
Jodi wouldn't know how to sign up for any of that.
She got Wi-Fi.
She doesn't have a credit card.
You don't know none of that shit.
Sweet.
Jodi isn't doing
So
that.
just follow the Instagram and we also have a website where all of that stuff will eventually be posted. But you either got to go see it in a theater, you got to see a screening of it. I do have ideas. I ordered these scratch and sniff sticker samples.
Yes.
I want an odorama.
Are you gonna
Jodi. Fun, immersive.
do John Waters style.
Yes. We
Exactly.
literally sat in my house with that and shot glasses of coffee beans, and we're like, "What is that supposed to be?"
I know. I'm like, what could this scratch and sniff be?
That's funny.
Spandex scent or feet? I'm like, those are the first two that popped in my head. I don't know why, but
Is there an ass smelling one?
Like some really weird ones that you're like, oh.
Yeah. So
That's not something.
we will be distributing it ourselves as analog as possible.
Sweet.
That's awesome. That's
And-
so punk.
Yeah, we will
Happy for you
we'll
guys.
continue to slut ourselves out to you guys. Definitely keep it up.
Yes.
So awesome. That's great to hear. I'm excited. I'm always kind of like the merch guy too. So
Yeah.
And what else do we have? I think we have lighters, we've got shirts.
Got lighters?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll have
I need
lighters.
one.
And we did a bunch of original Polaroids
Yep.
from set.
Yep.
Um,
And
We'll have
you current-
glossies. We did some
Yeah, we
so
got-
we can do some 8x10
So-
glossies. that
and you
Jodi
currently
can
have
sign.
shirts?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You'll
well,
be at the debut.
I was gonna say like
yeah,
I'm,
well, sign me up.
I'm all
Speaking
for
of
that.
glossies, you guys should really promote the
Okay.
film
Hey,
with Devil Tail magazine.
Is he in
beautiful.
Huntington?
I think so.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure.
think my stuff was
Andre-
just in his. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just put
yep.
some stuff in his Valentine's edition.
Oh,
When you brought those
it's
out, remember
coming
you
out.
sent me the link.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do
That's cool.
we do the movie
We do
reviews.
the movie reviews.
No way.
Yeah, yeah, we have the
That's
movie
us.
reviews in
Yeah.
those.
Can I see? I
Yes,
have a
yes.
physical copy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to do his, because I do a bunch of horror photo shoots every Halloween, so I'm going to do his October edition.
Yep.
Oh
we do
my
have the
gosh.
October one.
We will
I
get-
When I,
need to-
saw this, I was like,
Oh,
wait
you need
a
to tell her
minute. I
about the
think I
one.
know this.
The
Very
Lake
cool.
ones,
This
the
is
Reebok.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here.
Get you these too.
After the episode, I didn't even talk about you because I have a concept thing I want to do.
Oh, yes. Hit
Yeah.
me
A photo
up.
So yeah, definitely if you want to promote the movie that way,
Absolutely.
by
we
also
should
like
reach out to
doing
him.
like glossies, like he's
Yeah.
always looking for models. He's always looking
Yeah,
for
we need to do a
people.
review for that shit.
Oh yeah, we
when it
love
comes
to do
out,
a review.
we'll
yeah.
do a
Is it-
review. We'll put yours in the
you.
episode.
Do you do
Fuck yeah.
horror movie reviews most
Yep,
of
Yeah.
we sure do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we've got them in
and
every
a whole bunch
issue.
of them, every issue.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
so street.
Yeah, that's our
Kind
street
of-
trash
Yep.
one.
Another another kind of like what you wouldn't expect way that we're trying to get it out is through like music publications like this. There are still a lot of
Yeah.
these like metal and like rock and roll like actual physical
Yeah.
copy
Yep.
magazines out because music is a huge part of it. Like
a
we have an
character
original
in there.
soundtrack, like a fully original soundtrack. We have an original score. So, and the people, I don't know if we're quite ready to talk about like who's doing those yet, but metal magazines will be thrilled that we got these particular people to do our music.
Hell yeah.
So
okay.
you have to follow along to find out more about that.
I'm excited about that. And hell,
yeah.
that could even be something that we could do, like potential guys let another showing at Lang Lab, but like have a couple of the bands perform
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. Yep.
We love.
We're good at that stuff.
We
We've
are.
done it.
And that's
Oh
exactly
do it
my
again.
God, sexy ET.
Get out of
Yeah. You need a copy.
I'm sorry, I was not prepared for that.
Awesome.
Yes, that is exactly how we want Jodi to exist in the
Yes.
world,
Yeah.
is in everything that in all of these ways.
And then rock
Because
and
that's
roll
who it's for,
venues
you
and-
know.
Yep.
It's for hot, crazy girls. It's for the queer folk. It is for the dudes that had posters of Tawny Katane on their wall when they
That's
were
awesome.
teenagers. That's who we're trying to get to, and I truly feel that physical media is the best way to find our
100%.
people and the people that are really gonna
Absolutely.
love the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we can't let you get out of here before we ask the question. We ask everybody
Yes.
is favorite horror movies and why? Or favorite like
Yeah,
I
movies.
said movies.
I know. I said
So-
movies because when I first saw this question, I was like,
I kind of like verbally that one.
Yeah.
I meant like movie, but there's two of
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
So that's why I
Alright,
kind of said it like
yes.
that.
okay.
I mentioned Rob Zombie earlier. If I'm stuck on writing something, I can put on House of a Thousand Corpses in the background. And it just really, whether you like him or not, if you're watching a Rob Zombie movie, it is undeniably him. There's an undeniable
Yep.
aesthetic, there's an
100%.
undeniable
His signature's
voice to
all
it,
over it.
and absorbing that can be very inspirational. Even though I'm not making Rob Zombie movies, they don't look nothing, it's not the same thing, but just something that's so specific in tone and visually is really impactful. I'm going to name a few and you just
Go for it.
I think I recently rewatched Cabin in the Woods, which that's like meta
That's so
gold.
fun.
I
Yeah.
think that's like such
Yeah.
a brilliant. It's just so brilliant in so many different ways. For at least like a year now, I've been hanging on Ryan Coogler's every word. In reading and teaching myself how to write, I got, and there's Jordan Peele as well, I got this annotated version of Get Out, the script of Get Out, but it has his notes in it.
Oh, that's
And I just read that
cool.
over and over religiously, seeing what he was thinking and doing within his script that he was writing. So like Jordan Peele, Ryan Coogler, I I've just learned so much from
So
them.
cool.
So in all of Us is probably my favorite Jordan Peele one. Obviously, Center's like, blew everybody's mind.
Yeah.
But I think House of a Thousand Corpses is my that's my
That's your comfort
my
movie.
hammock. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was the
Absolutely.
first R-rated movie I legally bought a ticket to, and I snuck in my 17-year-old super Christian boyfriend who was horrified.
Good for you.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Hated every second of it, and I was like,
And that's kind of an intense one to expose
That
them to.
is
like right
so
off the
funny.
bat,
and I was
that's
like,
ripping
come on,
the damn
this would be
Band-Aid off.
great. Yeah, I think if I had to pick a favorite, it's very hard because I'm like, but I would say Hellraiser. I think Hellraiser
That's-
is
one?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a movie where 1 and 2 run directly into each other, where you
Yep.
can watch it as a straight through Halloween, Hellraiser, any of those that just blend right in. So, but definitely 1 I would say is like the most iconic, and like for me, for thinking of horror, thinking of what it is, what it can be. That's
Clive
it.
Barker's a genius. Like I read Hell on Heart before I
Saw Hellraiser?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh shit.
It never fails to hit. Such a great movie.
Well, and the nice thing about Clive Barker too is that like it's for the queer audience,
Yeah.
and like as a queer person myself, it's like this hit different, It I felt seen.
Yes.
And
the whole bondagey kind of aspect to it is I ended up like in that where you're just like, okay, well that makes sense. You're like, of course.
Yeah.
You ended up this person when at like 5 you were like, okay, well this guy with a pen face and a bunch of leather is pull apart to Jesus lines.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know, but I'm into it. So it's up there. Yes. God, it's such a good movie.
But Chelsea answered it.
Yeah.
oh god,
Oh, for me,
Friday the
it's
13th.
no. For mine's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Original.
Yes.
Easy call. Like, I mean,
Yep.
anyone want to lick my plate?
Yeah.
So
So it's the second one.
the second one,
Second one.
specifically the second one. Yes, I mean, first one is my baby, but with my personality, I just was. To me, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was like, oh my god, like you can have a legit funny movie and have it scary. I mean,
Yeah.
the best one-liners. I mean, on my thigh it says it's like death eating a cracker, like just and all sorts of stuff. But there's just that movie does it for me. That is me as a movie. Like it's intense, scary, but just ridiculous, stupid.
Great
And
music too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it? Not Unga Bunga, but
Oinga
what?
Boinga.
Yes. I can't say that.
Unga
Yeah.
bunga.
Unga Bunga. I'm like caveman.
I mean, that's very Texas Chainsaw.
But yes, I absolutely love that movie. I like I said, a huge Chop Top fan. I have so much shit from that. Weird stuff that most people don't have. I almost wore my bright lights and big titties, which is where they're in the truck and they're like, I don't want to see him. I want to hear him. You have the T-shirt? Oh.
No, I'm just
You're just bright lights and big titties.
That's just what I am on the inside.
That's awesome. But yes, Texas 2 all the way. If you haven't seen it, please go see it.
What's yours, Ivy?
So mine is weird. I've had like a love-hate relationship. It used to be my favorite of all time was Pet Cemetery.
Oh, I fucking love Pet Cemetery.
And the only reason why it's changed because I have a kid now.
She
and
loves
it's
babies dying.
It's scary though.
Dude, no.
Pet Cemetery 2, the stepdad, still as a grown woman, I'm still like,
Yeah, you're
ooh,
gross.
Those are scary movies.
I wanna
Get outta
throw
here,
one
Mr.
back to you
Krabs.
guys, which is what is your one that you think is horribly overrated that everyone else loves? Yeah, what's your
Horribly
unpopular?
Go for it. I know you got one.
You already know I got one in the chamber.
Yes.
So for me, sorry to crush everyone, Terrifier.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
That's okay.
I think it's overrated.
You were very nice not
Yeah,
making
yeah,
comments
no.
about it earlier.
Because I get why people like it, but I have a weird way of rating things. So this goes almost on my
You have
rating
such a weird
on my
way of
rating
rating
system.
shit, dude.
So it's kind of Killer Clowns-esque. Which
Which
to
I
me,
don't understand.
Which is the Metallica of metal.
'Cause I fucking love Killer
people that aren't
Clowns,
into
so it's like,
Metallica
dude.
or aren't into metal have Metallica shirts. People that aren't into horror have Terrifier shirts. So that's kind of it's like the bridge. And for me, Killer Clowns represents that and like encompasses what I'm trying to say. Same thing, Killer Clowns. Everyone's like, oh, it's an underground cool movie, and it's like, no, you have made it not underground now with how much you promote it and like. Just the merch on that alone. So that's my beef with Terrifier. Is it's that Klingon movie that people are like, I like horror, I like Terrifier. It's like, bitch, you bought that shit from Walmart, So like that's what my thoughts on Terrifier. Like it's not a horrible movie, but I hate it more because those people cling on to it, and it's like, I just fucking hate it now.
Sure.
And now I'm like, oh my God, they're making 4.
You're like, stop making that movie.
I get it, but it's my my little twinge, my little pet peeve.
Okay.
Sorry, I was gonna rant the shit out of that, and you knew it. You knew
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my Terrifier.
Which I understand Terrifier. I do. I kind of with you there.
Yeah.
I do like Terrifier. I like the gore. I like the original All Hallows Eve that originally came from.
I have a split.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the undergroundness about it. But yeah, people just really just, oh my God, whoa, what did you do with this? Like, how did this happen? In real time.
They saw it.
Yeah, but they clean, like you said, they just cleaned onto it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's not that good. Stop.
Yeah.
Terrifier
But,
fans can bitch at me.
But Scream is my...
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Nope, I just...
With the original one?
Scream.
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah,
Not
I'm
a
with
single
you.
one done
I'm
for
with you. I'll watch them.
That was a
I'm with
sizzling
you.
hot take, everybody.
I'm with you.
The first one...
I'm leaving.
So I will say
love
the
it.
first one I understand. I
Yes.
get why it's good. Like I will watch that one multiple times, but the other ones I'm just like, you guys are so fucking pretentious. Please shut the fuck up.
Yeah. When you bring the whole...
You're so meta. You know what's
I
going
know.
on.
The rules. You gotta follow the rules. I'm like, what rules are there in Castle Freak, dude? Like, what rules are there
Ripped
in,
off that kitty.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yes. Oh, gosh, you guys strike the chord.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what got it for me is I agree with her with Scream. It's like I feel Scream was created to kind of mainstream too much horror, and it really like, hey, let's pump big dollars into this obnoxiously, and I just think it's too over the top. It's like I Know What You Did Last Summer on steroids. Is what to me that reminds me of Scream. Like. I just, it's like, again, a version of Terrifier.
Yep.
It's that, hey, Hollywood can be cool, Hollywood can be horror.
We're
it's like, it was
making a
never
scary
about
movie
that.
too.
Yeah, it was like, dude, get Nev Campbell out of there. Like, Party of 5, nobody wants that shit. So, that's my beef, but I agree with her on Scream.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our hot takes.
I Know What You Did Last Summer on steroids.
Thanks for letting us ask you questions.
We don't get interviewed all the time, but I mean, we'll fire them off.
Yep.
We'll trade blows.
Love it.
We can do a Bizarro flip around episode sometime.
Hell yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be so fun.
We're down for it.
Whoa.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to personally thank you guys. I will continue to slut myself out like the big old
Yes,
whore I am.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Keep us involved, updated.
Yes.
We will keep everyone that's involved. I've already talked to a lot of people about this episode. I've been looking forward to it. We really
Go see Jodi.
appreciate you all.
Let's see Jodi.
I'm keeping a couple for like souvenirs.
I know. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
totally am.
I'm having you guys sign this shit.
Oh, hell yeah, it's a good idea. Yes. Yes,
It's gonna
awesome.
be big later, so it's like
So come check it out. I'm like, let's wipe you guys away from here. I don't know you. I honestly would say that I'm genuinely intrigued by the little snippets that I've seen of the film.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. Like, if you're not here, I really am interested in it. Especially, we've gotten more in the underground stuff, and I'm really loving the way it fits in. And like, we just reviewed Cannibal Mukbang. And that's fucking outstanding.
Yes.
And I'm not comparing, but I'm like, that's more what I want to see. I want to see the underground and like the acting. That was great.
That's
and
really
I'm,
good.
Yeah, I'm really
well
anticipating seeing this. Like genuinely stoked. Irrelevant if you all are here. Like no bullshit. Totally am down to see this.
Yes,
really
100%.
excited. So we can't thank you enough for coming up and
for
spending
having
time with
us.
us.
honestly,
Absolutely.
how did we stumble across their page? Did you
Fuck, I
show
know.
me? Did I show you?
Dude,
I
I
don't
don't know.
remember. It
I
might have
don't
come
remember.
across our Instagram reels, and we're just like, oh fuck,
I
what's
don't.
this,
I honestly
dude?
don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
sure.
cool.
We follow enough people in like underground and
Yeah.
independent that it probably, excuse me,
Just
my
made
voice
its
is
way
dying.
to
I'm
us.
choking and making us all do it.
Take it over because I can't talk.
Okay, sorry. Well, basically, like, yeah, I don't know how it came across, but it's just like, it's so cool that we were able to get it across our feed and that we were able to reach out to you, and just an honor for you to even be here in our studio.
I love it so
having us.
much.
Yeah,
You are
we've been
exactly
around.
who we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jodi wants what Jodi wants. and
Yes, Jodi
wants
can
blood
get
in the
it.
cornfield.
Jodi can get it.
Yeah.
Jodi can get it. But yeah, BralessCowboy.com, Braless Cowboy Films
Yes.
on Instagram. That's where everything is.
We will link it
Yeah.
in the bottom. We'll see if I can make it awesome. Well, with that being said,
Look out for each other and good night, cellar dwellers. Bye-bye!
Go see Jodi or I'll punch you in the dick.
She will too.
Punch you in the dick.
You'll probably like that one more though.
Oh, I'm gonna get you now. Don't you run away, cause Tank Ass is coming for you. Not Tank Ass!